Yo, yo, what up, it's JSF. So I want to talk about fighting game moves that should be bad. Fighting game moves that should have less utility than they have, and why. I think it's a weird topic. It's something that a lot of people don't understand, and something that they probably don't even agree with. Like, people were probably thinking, like, what do you mean a move should be bad? Why would you put a move in the game and make it bad on purpose? But I don't think it's about making the move bad. When I say the move should be bad, I mean the move shouldn't be as powerful and all purpose as it is. So I have a couple of characters on the screen, for example. And I want to talk about two very specific moves, one for each character. I think it's not hard to tell, and I've talked about this before, and this isn't me saying nerf Shao Kahn, nerf Scorpion. It's not about that. They just have moves that are really good examples to show off, so you know. By the way, like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. But so first off, Shao Kahn, right? Good old big button Shao Kahn. So the move I want to talk about with him is obviously his shoulder charge, right? 16 frames hits you from way the fuck back here, right? 16 frames hits you from way back here. Move advances across the screen pretty fast. Pretty good move. The problem with moves like this is when, like, Mortal Kombat 11 is a game that has kind of had a reputation of being, more grounded, footsies based, neutral based, with punishing. Every character's got big buttons, boom, like stuff like that, like, wave dash, good mobility, movement with punishing, big combos, etc. But when you throw in moves like this, you just kind of say, fuck all that. And I know NRS has said they're a fan of this shit, like the big boot with Aaron Black, but it's like this kind of ruins any type of a neutral game. Because one, I don't have to play the neutral, and that's why some people gave moves like this the nickname fuck neutral moves, because you can just throw them out in neutral, whoop-de-doo, whenever you want. It's unreactable, right? 16 frames. Now, if you do it at maximum distance, there is a little bit of travel time, so maybe it'll take 20 frames for you to actually get hit, but there's a block button in this game, so you can't just be walking backwards and not get hit. That's one part of the problem. Another part of the problem is, in this game, let's say if I'm Scorpion, right? Let's say I'm playing Scorpion, I'm trying to play footsies, and Shao Kahn just says, whoa. Let's say I'm playing footsies, I'm Scorpion, boom, boom, and then out of nowhere, Shao Kahn just says, fuck it. I'm gonna just do this, right? I'm gonna just do that. I'm trying to play footsies, I'm trying to feel them out, trying to, oh shit, right? You know what I mean? So, he does that. I totally screwed this scenario up, by the way. I totally screwed this scenario up, by the way. Alright, we got this. I can do this. Alright. I think I'm pressing the wrong button. But y'all get where this is going, right? You get the point, right? If he were to do this and I was to block it, bruh, this game is awful. My point is he can break away. My point is, if Shao Kahn is to even get hit, right? Like, if I'm Scorpion, literally, God, you can tell I haven't been playing this game because I can't even just show off something very easy. Something that's extremely easy to do. I'm screwing up showing it off, but this is why you gotta have your shit on, man. So, let's say I want him to reversal shoulder charge, boom. I punish him. He just breaks away. All he lost was 15% damage. His defensive meter is already coming back. So how hard did he get punished for that, really, right? 15%. Now you can say, I can make the read and try to armor break. Like, sure, but there's literally no way to stop that breakaway from happening. Like, it is what it is at that point, right? So it's not completely free because he does lose that little bit of health, but it becomes much more worth it to be a fucking moron and do shit like this from random parts of neutral, right? It becomes worth it because, one, it gets you out of neutral, right? I don't want to play neutral, I don't have to play neutral. And then number two, if I actually do it and he blocks it, I'm only going to get punished, what, 15%? Whoop-de-fucking do. Then my defensive meter's coming back, and once that meter's full, I can just do it again, right? The other reason is moves like this tend to have the property where they're fucking launchers, right? So the risk for doing raw shoulder charge in neutral, The risk for doing a move that advances you halfway across the screen in 20 frames, it's 16 frames startup, but let's just say 20 frames or less. Borderline, like from max distance, it's borderline, but from any closer, this shit's not reactable whatsoever. The reward on hit is you get a full ass combo. And by the way, I know some of you may be thinking, well, Scorpion can just break away if you land it, right? He can just break away. I got something for that too, right? So for you, for you, it's not just a get out of jail free. Oh, I got hit with the shoulder charge. Oh, I'm gonna just break away. I'm gonna just break away. Nah, it don't go that way, right? So there's a massive reward for just saying fuck neutral. I'm gonna just do this stupid shit. And like I said, the reward is it's a fucking launcher. It's an armor breaker. It leads to high damage. And the risk is, you know, I mean, I might lose 15%. So moves like this should not be this fucking good. I'm not going to say get rid of Shao Kahn's shoulder charge. It's an iconic move. But it doing all of this, it being this fast on startup, it being a launcher plus being an armor breaker, like, moves like this should not have this much utility because you just encourage people to just say, fuck it, I'm a shoulder charge. Fuck it, I'm a shoulder. Like, there's no reason not to just do this shit, right? Like, sure, like, you're going to say, oh, eventually you'll block it and punish it. Yeah, but you put the, like, you always have to account for it. Then that makes other things scary, right? It makes you want to, like not be ready for other shit. Then it opens up using this. Because if you're waiting for this, it opens up this, right? That's why it was always funny to me when people were like, Shao Kahn is trash, Shao Kahn is trash. I was like, fam, look at the range on this button and it's -3. They're like, it's a high, you can duck it. I'm like, okay, cool, you duck, I'm gonna do this. You can't react to that. Like, yeah, it's punishable on block, but sometimes it's still kind of silly that moves like this exist. It's kind of the same thing with Scorpion. With the Scorpion move I wanted to talk about is his teleport. And eventually they made his teleport a high, right? So if you're ducking, you know, teleport can't hit you. But day one, obviously, this wasn't a thing. It was a mid. It's pretty silly. His move, 23 frames startup. But once the move starts up, he's no longer there to be hit. So he gets out of places. He gets out of situations pretty easily. There's also the thing that he can do it in the air. And the air teleport is much faster, right? Like, see how it's 18 frames, 17 frames? If you can instant air do it. Like, the air teleport's a lot faster. I can also do that. So, something like, right? Like, if I'm trying to jump in on Shao Kahn, he's got a godlike anti-air, right? Anti-air is amazing. Anti-air is the shit out of me. Now, if I know he's going to try to anti-air me, you know what I mean? I can punish him for trying to do what he's supposed to do because his teleport also is in the air. So one of the silly things about this move is that, one, I mean, it's a high now, so I'm not going to harp on that. But, you know, it being a tracking teleport that costs nothing that you can just do whenever the fuck you want. Like, that in itself is a problem. I know Mortal Kombat is predicated on shit like this. Like, oh, it's not Mortal Kombat if Scorpion doesn't have his iconic teleport. Cool, I totally understand that. But let's have him stand up, right? In this game, on block it is punishable. Oh, I have him on reversal still. On block it is punishable, but on block you can also enhance it, which is silly as fuck. Now, if you're higher level player, you understand the game better. I'm not even gonna say a gap, but there's a point in here where you can punish and still wait for the EX to come out. But with online lag and whatnot, it's not always the easiest thing to do. It is easy to do normally, but with the game's netcode is awful. So with the online, it's terrible. With the online, it's terrible. It's a lot harder to do. There's also the fact that he can also just teleport in the air willy-nilly. And he disappears, you know, pretty quickly. He starts retreating immediately, so it's not always obvious, and you can't just anti-air him mindlessly. So anti-airing in this game is hard enough. So his teleport makes it even harder, right? It's really, really, really fucking silly. So a move that you can just say, you know what? I don't feel like playing neutral. I'm gonna teleport, right? It's like the risk is, sure, the risk is it's unsafe. You can get punished. But look at all the points where you can not get punished, right? There's here when you can just do this, but then you can EX it. There's that point of it. There's jumping and doing it, like to bait out an anti-air, right? Then there's also, do I not have it? There we go. I'm just trash at it. There's also the teleport cancel. If this move already wasn't good, by the way, The reward is also high because the shit's a fucking launcher, right? It's also a launcher, right? His armor breaker is shit, so you can actually break the combo. It's also a launcher, but then again, there's also the cancel, right? So it's even more of a mind game to it. Like, all of this based on you saying, fuck it, I don't want to play neutral. I don't want to have to learn how to play footsies and whiff punish and learn how to actually, like, play around my opponent's strengths and weaknesses. I want to just teleport, get in, get a combo, or just teleport, get in, get a free mix-up, right? Like, it's insane. And, like, we've obviously learned to play around shit like this, but moves like this should not be good. These moves should be terrible. Like, in high-level play, you shouldn't be seeing Scorpion's raw teleport. But you do. It's kind of why high-level play in this game is a joke. Like, if somebody's playing Shao Kahn, which they don't play very often, high-level play, you will see raw shoulder charge. Like, it's silly. Like, why are quote-unquote great players doing shit like that? And for the people that, disagree, or for the people that say, oh, well, if these moves need to be bad, how are they supposed to be? Like, how would you make these moves if you say these moves should be bad, right? How do you propose they change the moves? How do they fix moves like this to make them so they're not so annoying, not so stupid? And I would say it's already done in the game. And this is something that I've talked about before too. But there's a character in the game who has these types of moves, but they're not stupid. They're not like as stupid as Scorpion's teleport, as stupid as Shao Kahn's shoulder charge. And again, I'm not saying Shao Kahn's busted. His move is just a really good example. There are a bunch of other moves like his. But if you were to say a move like Scorpion's teleport, right? I would say Melina's teleport. Now, her teleport's not a launcher, which is the massive difference, but it is a tracking teleport attack, right? There are massive differences from the start, even if we ignore the fact that hers is a launcher. First off, hers is slightly more minus on block. Plus, you cannot, look at my buttons, you cannot EX it on block. Damn, dude, it's teleport. Yeah, you cannot EX it on block. Like, the game will not let you. There is no option. On hit, you can EX it. Hell, on hit. Boom. I thought you could EX it twice, but I guess it's another move. But yeah, you get that, right? Not to mention, you can't do it in air. Just not there, right? You just can't. Like, no matter how hard I try, I do not get air teleport, right? But I don't think I have a variation for it. But her air version of her teleport is an ability move, right? You have to have air teleport as a whole ability. So in order for Scorpion, imagine if in order for him to get his air teleport to stop you from anti-airing him, right? He had to use an ability slot. Not to mention, just the nature of her teleport, right? Just the nature of her teleport. Damn. I'm trying to get him to just anti-air good timing. Right? Right? Like, me teleporting won't save me from getting smoked right here. Me teleporting won't get me out of the way of that, right? Whereas Scorpion's teleport will get him out of the way, right? You know, it's just a lot of that, right? So like I said, aside from, like I said, even if we ignore the fact that it's not a launcher, we ignore that completely. The fact that I can't do it in the air without wasting a whole ability slot, which would take a lot of that away, what a lot of Scorpion players hold on to. There is no canceling this teleport, right? You know what I mean? The reward is just much less high, and I can't EX it on block. So if you block this teleport, she's dead. There is no mind game on, oh, is it safe, is it not? None of that. Like, so if you're wondering, like, oh, well, if that move should be bad, how should it be changed? Again, I'm not saying it shouldn't have any utility. It can still be a launcher, but it shouldn't do everything that it does. Like, make the character better in different ways. Don't make him better off a teleport gimmick. Now, as for Shao Kahn's shoulder charge, again, I will say make it like this move. Make it like Melina's ball roll, right? This is a, you know, it'll go this far, just as far as the shoulder charge. 13 frame startup, it's even a little bit faster. But the difference is it travels slower, right? Goes around the same distance, travels a little bit slower, but has more less startup. It's more unsafe on block, And I mean, not that there's a mind game EX hit it on block or anything like that, but if this move is blocked, you're dead. And like just like his move, if it hits, you get a launch. Right? The major difference is the move isn't like, it's not also an armor breaker. It's not, you know, completely unreactable. It's like, it does what his move does in the sense that, oh, it's an iconic move that's a launcher. That's a move that you can do from, you know, half screen away and launch your opponent, right? Etc. But it's not extremely stupid and brain dead. This move actually feels like it's fair because it is, right? And again, a character having a move that's stupid and unfair and busted doesn't necessarily make the character busted, because in Mortal Kombat, every character has stupid moves like that, right? It's very, very common. But if more characters were designed with this in mind, and I've talked about Melina before, how I think she's the best designed character in the game in a sense of shit like this, where like her shit's not abusable. It's why people are like, Melina sucks, Melina sucks. It's like, no, Melina's just not stupid and abusable like most of the other characters in this game, right? Even if you want to go back and look at Scorpion's teleport and compare it to Noob Saibot's, right? His was a high from Jump Street. He can't do his in the air, and his has 30 frame startup. It's just a worse, and his is a launcher too. His teleport is literally just a worse version of Scorpion's, and it's been like that since day one. So when I see shit like that, it makes me think either the devs are just ignorant or it's just playing favorites and we want to make X character better than Y character, which is sad. But yeah, I wanted to talk about some moves in fighting games and these styles of moves that I think should not be good. I think they can have a use, right? Like if you want to make Sub-Zero slide his launcher, go for it. You're going to make Scorpion's teleport his launcher, go for it. But it should not be good to throw out in neutral. These type of moves, if I were to just throw this out in neutral, and Noob Saibot players still try it sometimes, but they get smoked for it. Like the difference is if Scorpion does his teleport in neutral, he'll probably get punished, right? Or he could break away out of the combo. The difference is if Noob Saibot just decides, I don't want to randomly teleport, right? He's eating, you know what I mean? He's eating a full ass combo. And even if I block it, he still gets down to crushing mode. Like you're eating at least like 27%, even if you break, no matter what. Like he actually gets punished for that. He actually has to like deal with that, right? But other characters, it just doesn't always go that way. So I would like to see a little more consistency with that. I would like to see the neutral be rewarded more in fighting games, and moves that just get you out of neutral for free, make it high risk. Make them high risk mid reward, not even high reward. Because and then you hear that, you go, why would I do something that's high risk and not high reward? And my answer to that would be, you wouldn't do it. That's the whole point. The point is to get people to stop just doing random shit in neutral and actually playing the neutral. So anyway, that's all I wanted to talk about today. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a comment, let me know. Like, subscribe. Sorry, this one's mad long. I'm pretty sure it's way longer than anything else. Yeah, it's super duper long. But other than that, man, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. JSF. Y'all stay safe. I'm out of here. Peace.